Welcome to the Entrepreneurial CPA Show. We're back again, helping you take the deep dive in the knowledge needed to break free of the box and become that world-changing entrepreneur you really want to be. To do that, you need the skills to break free of that box. We're going to help you do that. So throw away that green visor and the pocket protector. This is a new world for us accountants out there. I'm Garrett, helping you to punch right out, and I'm here with Dr. Sean, the man who is always punching above his weight class. But before we dive into today's topic, I want to give a big shout out to an amazing conference taking place this summer. It's the summer of 2018 if you're watching this relatively live out there. It'll be July 11th and 12th in New York City, the Accounting and Finance Show. This is the largest free accounting and finance show with the technology, ideas, and skills needed to break free of the box, is what I have to tell you. We'll include a link to this video below, and there's a little banner popping up down below as well. Dr. Sean and myself will be presenting, as well as filming some live special episodes for the Entrepreneurial CPA Show. So you don't want to miss that. Now, on to today's episode. We're going to talk about how do you get started with AI at your firm in 2018. So Dr. Sean, kick us off.
Thanks for that, Garrett. And so the whole topic of AI, right, is a hot buzzword. It is everywhere, right? It's in the mainstream media. It's in academia. It's in the educational conversation. It is everywhere. But sort of the high level view, and if you were to ask anybody working in accounting or finance what one of the top 5 things that they're worried about, moving forward is AI is always going to be in there. But if you're going to ask them how they're going to do it, then the whole conversation becomes a lot of ums and I think guesses, right? But sort of the whole idea of AI, and I do think it's always important to, I think, drill down on these high level ideas into their action oriented pieces. And really all that AI is basically us, harnessing, either current software options out there or I think leveraging, sort of new options out there to help us, one, analyze information better, and two, to be able to understand that output of that information, sort of drill down to help our end users, whether they're internal or external, actually make better business choices, right? Because the whole idea is to help us as a CPA, right, help our end actual user, right, internal or external, right, harness the information that is already in the company, harness that, and to make better choices, I think, going forward. So to actually sort of get this ball rolling, it's a few steps in there, but they aren't as hard as you might think, right? One is to go through, I think, current processes, right? And every company has processes that are manual or that are even based still on a paper-based model, right? Every company has this. I don't care what industry you're in, if you're a big company or a mid-sized firm, right? There are always processes that could be improved, right? One, you go through, analyze, right, those current processes. Two, understand and really talk to the individuals impacted, right, by those, inefficient operations, right? Say, fine. So what options are out there to help us either automate these ideas or to make it work better for you? And then 3, and I'm going to pivot back to the accounting point of view, is to really sort of emphasize on that sort of easy choices out there, right? Or that low-hanging fruit, right? To automate items that, in all honesty, probably should have been automated previously, but, and it can be due to budget constraints or financial issues, right? Or the personnel, right? Issues that could have been automated and that really should have been automated in the past, but they weren't, right? But all of these options out there, and I think Garrett has a few options out there for us right now to actually emphasize and to highlight. But really, there are a wide array of options out there to help us automate some of those lower level tasks and to help us better understand information already being produced by the company and to help our colleagues actually harness that data to make better choices in the future.
You said it, Dr. Sean. That's what it's about. How do we make better choices in the future going forward? And for a lot of us in the public accounting world, we haven't made a lot of changes over the years. Some firms are still doing things the way they did them 5, 10, 15 years ago. And they feel like, hey, maybe it's not worth it to change. Maybe I don't have the people that can make the change. Hey, maybe how much time it's going to take me to change, to change this process. And it's not going to pay off in the next year. Let's keep doing what we're doing. That way of thinking isn't going to work in this new entrepreneurial world. And your firm and your people are going to get left behind. And you're going to wonder why you're being way less successful than you were last year. And the firm down the street is now 10 times more successful than you are. So you really got to think about, how do we bring AI into the firm? And sometimes it's not this huge, big, enormous AI that's overwhelming and it's going to do 90% of what you do right now. Sometimes it can be just as simple as leveraging Excel, leveraging the program you have. I think for the traditional firm, two great areas are the corporate tax prep side. Almost every engagement software where you do the corporate tax write-up analysis can import to the tax software automatically. So if you're still keying stuff in manually, get on board with that. Make the shift. On the financial statement side, I know all of the financial statement software out there, whether it's engagement, caseware, whatever it is, allow you to automate the financial statement prep process. And if you as a firm are not taking advantage of that, if you as a firm still have to manually key in dates, numbers, figures into your financial statements, if you still have to foot things by hand and key them into Word or Excel, you're behind. You got to make that leap. You got to take that step forward. You got to invest the time now. Stop being so afraid to fail. It's a big shift firms need to make, is not being afraid to fail like they were before. One of the new slogans in the industry and the world even for that is fail forward, fail fast. Try things, commit to it, see if it works, but make that serious effort. Don't drag it out 18, 24 months because it's coming. We see it in our personal lives more and more every day. Look at Alexa. Almost everybody nowadays asks Alexa to do something, right? It's not going to be too much longer before you ask Alexa, good, I'm just making sure my Alexa didn't ding in the background. Alexa, what's tax section 199? What does that code mean? Or how do I interpret tax code 199? What's the new 179 limitations? That's where it's coming. Yeah, embrace that, make the shift. Because Dr. Sean, what do you see for the future of firms and practitioners if they don't change with the times?
If you aren't going to keep up to date and if you aren't going to keep pace with these changes that are coming, then you are going to be left behind, right? You aren't going to earn the margins that you want to earn, and you aren't going to have the client base, who you should have. And if you're a CPA working in industry, and you aren't keeping up to date with these changes, you're going to have some, hard conversations going forward. Really, I think focusing on what your role is going to be going forward, and then two, how do you actually add value, internally or externally? But then how do you add value if you aren't harnessing all of the, forward-looking ideas and options in these IT tools going forward?
Exactly. You said it. Options. There's a lot of options out there. And for the length of time we have for this show, we're running low on time. So if you're not sure where to start, reach out to us. We're happy to help you figure out what's your path to embrace AI in 2018, because you need to do it. One of the biggest takeaways from this show and the other ones you listen to is you need to make that change if you want to transition to being an entrepreneurial CPA. So like I said, that's the time for today, but reach out to us with your questions. We're happy to help. If you want to keep the learning going, look at join one of our entrepreneurial groups. We can help you make this path going forward to embrace AI and reach your goals. Because that's what it's about. How do you out there reach your goals and be successful in the changing times? For those of you who's watching on YouTube, please click the link, subscribe to our channels. You'll get notified when the updates pop. And as always, we challenge you, take action today. Change the world. Do something to make a difference. and every day invest in yourself.